Alrighty then, hey, this is Wentus yet again. I'm going to be continuing my Let's Play of Sonic Adventure. Last time, we crashed the tornado because it got shot out of the sky, and found Amy, who had a bird with her and was getting chased by a robot, and we followed her into Twinkle Park, and we lost her in Twinkle Park. In this episode, we're going to be trying to find Amy because, well, she was getting chased by a robot, and that's bad stuff. Interesting. When I practiced this, practice for this episode, that little cutscene did not play to show me this card that just fell from the sky. Employee card I can use to get into that building. Yeah, this didn't appear for me, so I spent like an hour looking around the whole city like, what am I supposed to do? I think there's a cutscene that's supposed to be here, but there isn't, but what's going on? I was so confused. Either way, I believe if you talk to this girl here, nope, that's not the girl. There's someone around this guy? Okay, I just dropped that. Alright, we're looking at... It went into that big building. Okay. That was not the one I was trying to refer to, but if we can just pick this up. If we go over to this building here, the ID check will go up, and we have elevators going to the top of this building. The Cybernet Incorporated. Oh well, it doesn't matter really which one you go into, both will lead you to the roof. Someone mentioned, if you talk to one of the people in the town, I couldn't find which one it was in this particular run, but he'll say you can see the whole city from this place's roof. Now, right there, where it says destroy the capsules and rescue the animals, I gotta say, I really wish it would say find Amy or something like that, because, well, I don't know, with like the mission with Tails, it says to find Tails, and there's one later where it has I don't know, there's one that tells, there are multiple missions in this game that tell you to like chase after this or do something like this. This one, it's clear that we're looking for Amy or trying to find her. I wish it would tell us that instead of, oh, we're just going on a random detour to rescue some animals there for some reason in a capsule. Whatever, that's just one of those little things, it's a bit of a nitpick, but I gotta say, this is one of the most memorable stages in Sonic Adventure for me. This is one, I'd say I have the most memories of this of all the stages in the game. It's really nice. I like how the background looks. Also, if you jump at this bell, it'll drop rings. You have one less ring each time you ring it. Either way, let's see. I don't know, I just really like the design of this stage. It's very fast-paced, it's up in the air. You can have like these little tunnel sections here. In general, this place is just really cool to me. It's very fun to play as well. There's a little shortcut if you jump up there. You can avoid taking this elevator, which basically you just have to sit around wait for it to go up. But, oh well, I missed it. So let's just go ahead this way and keep going on. Like I said, this is a very fast-paced mission, as pretty much every Sonic mission in the game is. So do not go above the blades of that helicopter. You'll regret it because it starts spinning and the blades will actually hurt you. The little shiny orb thing would have told us that, and that we can jump on here to move on. It's kind of a cool little thing. I believe there's something over here-ish, maybe? No? Alright, we have a checkpoint. I'm just going to ignore these guys and get the speed booster for this next part, and rocket jump! Alright, now this is one of the more fast parts of the mission, especially with the speed boost. It's really fun. I don't know, I just love these missions, they're so cool. Also, we could have dropped down there and been fine, but we can also just repeatedly homing attack across all these enemies to get a life. Got it! Oh boy, we have the police bots after us. I'm pretty sure those are working for Eggman and aren't the actual police. I don't know why they look like the police, though. You can go into this triumph. So these birds following me are a thing. Also, I love this part. This part's just more awesome than it should be, and I love this part so much. The reverses and it's really fast paced, very fun. It's just so cool. And that was actually my first time having a perfect run of it. I always get hit at least once or twice going down that. Cool, got it on camera. And now we are in the lower parts of the city. So, and as you can see, it's now daylight, the sun's just starting to rise. We've been searching for Amy all night now and haven't seen her anywhere. It's very worrying. This part of the stage, it's very open, but there's supposed to be a linear path you're supposed to go. Also, be careful of these cars! They're not like the ones in the rest of the game where they'll stop. These ones will hit you and actually do damage, so be careful of them. So yeah, we are looking for Amy here, but we can't seem to find her anywhere. I'm going to say, even though the mission says break the animal thing, it's very clear that we're supposed to be looking for Amy. And even after this, it's supposed to be, but I don't know, I'm not going to keep on that little tangent. Over there, up in that building, is where we're supposed to go. If we jump into this fountain, it launches us up ridiculously high, and I missed. Let's try this again. Up here, there we go. We have another bell for more rings, but we have the end of the mission here. Right, so we didn't find Amy anywhere in the city. I understand that at the end of the mission you aren't finding Amy, so it's understandable why it wouldn't say find Amy, because then you'd be looking for her, not this. Still, it's just one of those things.
Yeah, not bad.
Can we get another emblem? Even though I'm not doing a 100% run, so emblems mean nothing. And we come out here. So, we did not find Amy. It's now daytime. And, well, nothing much to be done. I guess we just keep looking in this part of the city for her. Also, I guess now that that whole thing of saying emblems don't matter kind of reminded me. If you are interested in emblems, I'll just mention a couple. I know where they are. If you go into this little shop here, there's a free emblem right there. Just easy as that. Also, for some reason, this little statue outside of it, you can pick it up and carry it around with you. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is. Still, regardless of that, I'll eventually be going over that golden egg in there. I'm not going to do that now. I'll do that later. I was thinking about doing it now, but I decided against it. Now let's see. Where are we supposed to go again? Oh, I remember. We're supposed to go... I guess I'll show that in just a second. If you notice here, this door is closed. We can't get through, and there are people guarding it. Got a chance to talk everything out. Still make a lot of answers. Okay, I should have gone over that earlier. When it said earlier that no trains are in service, if you talk to those people, they would say that the people running the trains are on strike because they weren't being paid enough or had ridiculous hours or something. And apparently they've reached an agreement now, so the trains will be up and running so we can go to the Mystic Ruins soon.
Amy? Oh man, where can she be?
Ah! Sonic! Help!
I'll cut him off at the Mystic Ruins.
Sorry, I was getting a drink there. So yeah, good thing the trains are back up because he was just heading to the Mystic Ruins with Amy. So we need to get going there fast like. Come on, get in the train. There we go. Just in time, train's leaving. Okay, going to the Mystic Ruins now. Let's see, come on, come on.
Let me go, you hunk of junk! I mean it!
Hey there, Bull Brain! You better give Amy to me or I'll squash ya! Hey, what's happening here? Stop!
Sonic, help me!
Shoot! I've lost her again!
Well, the robot got away with Amy and they are on the egg carrier. We are not going to just let that happen. We are going to chase after them. We are not going to go to the ice cap, even though that is in the same direction. If we go down here now, before there would have been a door here, but it is open now, letting us go this way. And this is the way we must go, but it is blocked off, guarded by this monkey here. If we talk to that guy, he'll say that there is... he saw the ship go across this way. Here we have something very interesting. An island that looks very unnatural and out of place with a wooden bridge going across to it. And on it we find these really strange ruins. I could have shown this at a different time, but I think now is a good time to show it, honestly. Now that Amy's in peril and we are ignoring her. Either way, yeah, this area seems destroyed. There's a lot of moss that suggests that there used to be water here, and the place is just in ruins. But if we go to the top of these stairs, we find a giant emerald with a large chunk missing out of the side of it. Very interesting. It looks a lot like the Chaos Emeralds, but it isn't a Chaos Emerald. Very clearly, because it's so big and a chunk of it's missing. Very interesting. Well, that'll be important later, but right now, it's not important to us. If we go over here, we'll find there is an item here. Well, less of an item, more of an upgrade.
This is the Ancient Light. Try the Lightspeed dash toward the enemy. With this, you can now do the Lightspeed attack.
So yes, another mechanic that I only find I use once in the game, really... Well, it's not another mechanic, really. This is like the only mechanic that I find completely useless. Because, like I said, charging up the light dash is annoying. And here's what it does. If you use it near enemies, you do like that weird fly around thing and you destroy them. So we have Stage 7, Red Mountain. This is the stage I was talking about, how it had a different name. There you can see the egg carrier flying away. And if it'll get past this scene, because this is pretty much just showing it flying away. Come on. Alright, it says chase the egg carrier. Now despite it saying this, it still has one of those animal things at the end. So why couldn't it have said try to find Amy? In the same sense, and okay, for some reason I thought I killed myself. Either way, that's why I have that nitpick with that Amy searching for Amy mission. Like, why couldn't they have had that name there when they have it here? Either way, that's not important. The Lightspeed dash, however, yeah, you can charge up the Lightspeed dash. I guess I can show it against these two enemies here. If you use it towards enemies, it'll actually attack all enemies nearby and kill them pretty quickly too. But I find it really slow considering you have to charge up for it. Seems rather pointless. So yeah, it's much easier to just homing attack them and faster if you ask me. Although you could always check the time on that, but I'm not going to. Now if you go around here, you can see there's the rocket platform there without a rocket. Just gotta press this button, get past this spike ball, and the rocket's there. And rocket jump! Now, we could go across those, that's kind of dangerous with that guy throwing bombs at us. We could have gone to those springboards, or we can go across here. It's your choice. There is that fiery guy there, which you just want to attack him when his fire is away from him. Oh, and that bridge is crumbling. So yeah, we can go up here. There's more of these spinny blade enemies. I need to figure out the names of these enemies. Regardless, I'm never going to do that. Oh, jeez, that just exploded. I didn't actually know it did that. I know where these steam things come out. Sometimes they'll have like a little eruption, but I didn't realize if you were standing on them that it would. Let's see if I can get a view of where I was. The controls on this are really weird. Weird, it just kind of like, the ground just kind of exploded out from under me and I went flying. I didn't even know that could happen. Huh. Either way, oh, do not want to land in the fire, and I moved right towards it. Oh well. This is an area that has a lot of these power type, ones with the red outline thing, Animal Sphere Chow, so if you want to build strength, this is a good level to come back to. Now, we have this zip line here, which is really fast-paced and really fun-looking. We have these fire-breathing head things. I always wondered at this. There's a lot of, like, technology around here, but it doesn't appear like anyone lives near here. This area of the game always stood out to me quite a bit because of all the strange stuff. For one thing, it's an active volcano area. And I'm sure Eggman is just set up in this area or something. But, that's pretty much my explanation for everything technology-wise appearing in these places, but still, that specific thing there, that skull that breathes fire, that doesn't look like something Eggman would make. It looks different. But yeah, here we can just homing attack across these. I believe if you use Lightspeed Dash there, it'll actually get you killed instead of getting you across. I almost died. Still, we have this interesting bit of platforming here. I really like these parts because they're really awkward, but I like it. Like, it's not controller awkward, it's like really difficult to get across. Well, not really difficult, but you know what I mean. It's more difficult than most things in this game. Still, we're moving along here. Now, the reason why this level always kind of stood out to me, and it's not my favorite mission by far, like that city mission we just got done with is one of my favorite in the games. Not my very favorite, but one of my favorites. The reason why this one stood out to me so much, there's a second area to it up ahead. Oh, I do not want to fall in the lava. There's a second area to it up ahead that, I don't know, it always stood out to me and seemed really out of place and kind of, well, you'll understand when we get to it. Now we have another zip line here. I believe if you press A, you can jump off of this zip line early, actually, but I don't know why you'd want to do that. I'd probably get you killed. Still, this is the area I was talking about. We drop down here. It's very dark. You can see like a reddish light. The music's very different now. It has like that screeching and screaming sound to it. There's these skulls on the walls with flaming eyes. It looks like it's technological, but it seems a lot more run down than the rest of the place. My jaw's getting very uncomfortable. Jump through here. There's also these spiders on the roof that they creep me out. And I'm not going to get that speed boost thing because I don't want to stop the music, actually. Normally I do get it, but I don't want to stop the music. Run across here. We are inside of the active volcano, but it looks like someone set up here, and there's, again, all these skulls along the wall. I think those are bats up there? Yeah, those are bats. So this doesn't look like something Eggman would set up. I don't know how to explain it exactly. This, like I said, this area always stood out to me. And sure, there's Eggman's robots in here and such, but still, this seemed very different. Now, if we go this way, let's see, no, it's not here. There's an area a bit further ahead that's just some interesting things about this place. Now, if we jump onto these, the lava starts rising a bit. Don't worry, it's not one of those time things, it's just the lava went up a bit. So we just need a platform across these. The lava, by the way, will just knock the rings out of you. It's not instant death. And the lava pool rises up there a bit. It's not too dangerous, just stay over to the side. If we go over here, we have 2 more of these fire enemies. Easily taken care of. There's a random thing of rings there. Man, I got 10 this time. In my practice run, I got only 1. Now here's the part that I was talking about. Over here we have these cages with these odd-looking prisoners inside of them that don't look completely fully formed. Like you can kind of see through them. Now think about this. This is a very fiery place with prison cells with skulls along the walls, and yeah, and now up ahead we see things that look like graves that are kind of moving a bit. Basically suggesting this place is more or less hell. I don't know. That always stood out to me. I don't even know how to describe it. This area always creeped me out quite a bit when I was younger, and it's an interesting place, but it's very different from the other places of the game. Very creepy, very dark. I don't know, that's really all I can say about it. That it really stands out to me. Also, we have a lot of fire here suddenly. Let's go ahead and jump across those guys. Those should be turning off right about now. Yep. And we are about through here. Now we have these hammers. And we have this rocket that gets us out of here. And up to the end of the stage. So yeah, that was the stage that always stood out to me. Not because I like it, but because it's different. Either way, let's go ahead and end this mission off here. Also, I should mention the animals that come out of this, you can actually, there's a random chance that sometimes when they fly around, they'll actually fly into you and you collect another animal from them, which is kind of interesting actually to me. So, that's the end of that mission.
Yeah, not bad. I'm glad you're okay. Ready to roll, champ? Let's go!
Like I said, I knew Tails would be okay. And he's managed to set up a new plane for us, one that I think looks much better than the last one. It's still called the Tornado. I believe it's technically called the Tornado 2, but they don't actually call it that until Sonic Adventure 2. So, interesting little bit of trivia for you there. So yeah, I would have ended the episode off here, but it would have been awkward ending it between cutscenes, so I'm gonna go ahead and play through this second sub-game of the Sky Chase, where things are now much darker, and we are going at the egg carrier again, but this time we have a new plane, and we know what to expect. He's also sending a lot more people after us, but I always found this weird. Those ships, I guess they do shoot back, but they aren't very efficient. Most of the time I can get through this without getting hit at all. Also this time, I don't think they were here last time. There are these, what are they called? They're like sky mines. They're floating explosives that if you fly into them, they'll explode. So yeah, he's definitely a lot more prepared this time, but I don't know, you'd think he would have gotten a bit overconfident considering we just kind of flew circles around him for a bit and then he shot us out of the sky. Oh well, we can get a very good view of the egg carrier from up here, although I gotta say, this is a very low resolution thing in this little mini game. They didn't bother making it look as good as they could. Also, I'm fairly certain that you can lock onto more stuff in this mode.
So far, so good.
Hope you know what you're doing.
You bet. Watch this. Transforming now. Let's do it.
Alrighty then, so we're no longer on a simple biplane, we are now on a jet-powered tornado. So that's kind of cool. Also, like I was saying, I believe with the Tornado 2, you can actually lock on to a lot more at once. I believe with the Tornado 1, you could only lock on to 3. Now I believe you can lock on to, I believe, 6, I want to say? Oh well, that's about right, and other than that, it's really not all that different. Although this transformation, I gotta say, does look really cool. And I definitely like the Tornado 2 a lot more than the original Tornado. I'm running out of things to say because I've been... Well, I haven't been... I'm just not sure what else to say here. I mean, I love these sub-games, and it definitely feels adventurous. And, I don't know, there's not much to say about it. Unfortunately, these sub-games aren't really even slightly challenging, I say as I get hit twice in a row. I'm barely even paying attention. Even if I didn't dodge anything, I could probably still make it through this pretty easily. Like, I'm actually attempting to avoid things, but very nonchalantly. I don't know, I feel like this minigame could have been more, but I'm glad they didn't focus too much on the minigames and instead focused on making the regular game much better. Still, I guess you could say this part of the game does feel like it drags on. So now we have that main cannon coming after us again. But now, we know it's coming, and I get hit by it anyway. Either way, if we fire in there while that thing's open, we can actually do damage to the cannon. Since we know it's there, as you can see, there's like that little boss health thing, and it's very easily dropped down. So, we destroyed the cannon, and we have now open access to the egg carrier. We can land on it when we please.
Alrighty, we're in.
We gotta land on the egg carrier.
Whoops. I forgot something.
What's that?
There's no landing gear in this mode.
What? Wow, this thing is really huge.
No time to gawk now. We need to find Amy.
You're right, my friend. So here we go.
Alright, like I said, I do love this game, but I have a couple nitpicks with this little scene here. And I really hate that I point out things I don't like about this game more often than I do things I do like about this game. Specifically with that plane crash. And he said there's like no landing gear. I feel like they could have built that up a bit more. I mean, Despite not having landing gear, this thing stopped on a dime, and it's in perfect condition. This thing will probably fly easily. And they could have at least made it look like the plane was like crashed or something, or shown that there was some trouble with there being no landing gear. And they pointed out there's no landing gear, and then it's like, okay, it really didn't matter, but there was no landing gear. We just landed fine on the plane or on the egg carrier, and it's never brought up again. I don't know, that always bothered me. But either way, this episode's a bit longer than most that I make. I'm gonna be editing it off here. So, next time on Sonic Adventure, we will be exploring the egg carrier and trying to find Amy if we can. But, until then, this has been Wentus. I truly do hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be seeing you guys next time when we do precisely what I said a few seconds ago. See you then.